Hey guys, before I start the video, I have a couple questions that have been asked to me so far that I want to answer. The first question comes from IamCaptain_Salt, and he asked, why did I buy so much streaming equipment and only pull in 4 viewers? I'm going to touch on this more detailed in the video itself, but it could be anything from a lack of networking to a lack of self-promotion. It could be anything. Just don't give up, keep pressing forward, don't worry about your viewers. The viewers will come. Focus on you and your content. The second question comes from @2prettyinspace, and she asks, how the fuck do you set up a stream? That's a good question. There's many ways to set up a live stream. You can either do it through OBS, Slobs, XSplit, Mix It Up. You can use a laptop with a good enough processor, or a tower that has a good enough graphics card or processor. But the main thing that you want to focus on, if you have a capture card, a computer to stream from, a mic, and a webcam, are your overlays. Don't make them too crowded. Don't make them too big. Make them small. Make them simple. Make it so you're not focusing on the overlay, but you're focusing on the gameplay and the streamer at the same time. And the final question that I have asked comes from someone by the name of @ZachMPB. that ask, is it okay to start streaming while relatively light on equipment, e.g. no camera, a basic PC? I already talked about this in the video, and I also wrote a reply back to Zach saying this. Yeah man, I started streaming a year ago with only an Xbox and a Turtle Beach headset. Now I have about $4 grand invested. It's gonna take time, bro. If you have any more questions, hit me up. Now, you guys are thinking, wow, 4K is a lot of money. But a lot of big streamers like Doc, Shroud, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Nick Mercs, they all have tens of thousands invested in their setup. And then I know people who have less than I do in my setup that are killing it. They're doing way better than what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna touch in the video that it's not required to have this big setup and that you can pretty much stream with whatever you have currently because there's always time to upgrade. Anyways guys, let's carry on with the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, what's up? I'm your host, the jeweler himself, VVS Blackout, and today I'm going to be just sharing some advice and just talking about what I've experienced my first year live streaming. For those that don't know, I've been live streaming over a year, and I first started out on Mixer. And for those that don't know what Mixer is, it was a live streaming platform from Microsoft. It looked like it had a lot of potential, and then eventually it crashed and burned. And then during that time, I had to figure out where I was moving. Do I go to DLive? Do I go to Twitch? Do I go to Facebook? Do I go to YouTube? But those will all be topics for another day. I just want to focus on what I've experienced as a streamer as a whole. So one thing that I've experienced a lot of are people who get into the mindset of, I'm a small streamer so no one will watch me. I'm a small streamer so I won't get affiliate ships. The main thing that I always preach is, I'm not a small streamer. I'm a streamer with very little exposure. And as some may think that, oh, it's the same thing, small streamer, streamer with small exposure, it's technically the same. It's not. Let me ask a question. When do you stop thinking that you're a small streamer? At 10 concurrent viewers? 20? 50? 100? 1,000? If you look at people like Shroud or Summit1G or Tim, you're gonna see that they pull in tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of viewers. But one thing that you also have to take into account is they went through the same mindset you did. And a lot of times they got successful because they got themselves out of that mindset. So that's one thing that I always tell people. Don't consider yourself a small streamer because you're gonna end up doing small streamer things and you're never gonna apply for affiliate ships, partnerships, sponsorships, etc. I think another big thing that I get told is, I want to get a huge PC before I start streaming, or I want to get like a camera, a mic, 2 monitors, a capture card, a PC. Guys, let me tell you something. When I first started streaming, I only had a Turtle Beach headset and an Xbox. That's it. That's all I had. But now I have a PC to stream from, a PC to play games on, a console, 2 headsets, a keyboard, mouse, webcam, monitors, all that stuff. It took time, and it's gonna take time to upgrade your setup. Don't think that having a huge setup is going to bring in viewers and catch people's attention, because you can have a $10,000 setup and still be bringing in very little views or no views at all. Which then circles back into two things I want to talk about. Make friends with streamers in their communities, as well as consistency is key. Let's tackle the one that a lot of people don't know about, and this kind of coincides with networking. It's making friends with streamers in their communities. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would you want to make friends? In the live streaming industry, a lot of streamers think that there is competition, and there is, but a lot of people also get into the mindset of, I gotta be better than this person, so I'm not gonna talk to them. It helps out so much if you talk to a streamer and become friends with them and their community, because oftentimes if their community likes you, they're gonna come to your streams as well, and if the streamer likes you, they may host you or raid you. It's always beneficial to make friends with another streamer. Now don't use them for the views alone. I'm not promoting that, I'm not condoning that. Build a serious relationship with them, as well as other streamers and people who like to watch live streams. Hell, even make relationships with people who like the same games as you, because then they're gonna tune in and watch. Don't think that if you stream a game like Modern Warfare that has, I don't know, 50, 60k viewers or more, that you're gonna get those viewers to you, because that genre alone has a lot of other streamers who have been on the platform for years that are pulling in more viewers than you are. So the chances of you being seen on a saturated game like that is very small. So that's why a lot of other YouTubers who are streamers promote the idea of networking. And I'm not talking about Twitch, I'm talking about Facebook, YouTube, any other live streaming platform that you're on. These tips work across the board. Now, consistency is key. A lot of people, when they first start live streaming, jump straight in. They're grinding out, 8-hour streams a day, every single day for 2 to 3 weeks, and then they get burnt out. My personal recommendation, when you first start streaming, stream for 3 hours a day, 3 times a week. Now you're probably asking yourself, why have that short of a schedule? You're only going to be streaming 9 hours a week. And it's because you don't want to risk burnout so early into live streaming. Because if you want to make this a career, eventually you're going to have to work up to 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And a lot of streamers only stream for 5 hours. Like myself, I only stream 5 hours a day, 4 or 5 times a week. And it's because I've built myself up to that level. But whenever you first start streaming, you need to set a schedule and follow with it, because you stream every single day for a week, and then all of a sudden you stop streaming for like 5 out of the 7 days. Your audience is going to notice that something's wrong, and they're not going to know when you're going to go live again. So again, make a schedule, stick to it, stay consistent. Another tool that I've had to learn how to use, and I'm still struggling to solve the algorithm that comes with this, is social media. Personally for me, I'm not a fan of social media. I go on there every day, I see a bunch of negative shit, I hate it. But it is a tool that you have to learn to use in order to make it big on any live streaming platform. Because if people don't know you exist, then they're not gonna come watch you. So websites like Twitter, Instagram, eFuse, TikTok, yes, I'm even including TikTok on this, YouTube, whatever. If you post content and you post stuff to these platforms, people will look at you, especially if you use hashtags. People will find you. But the other important thing you need to know is the algorithms. So for those that don't know what an algorithm is, pretty much they're a way of sorting posts in a user's feed based on relevancy instead of publish time. So pretty much it prioritizes which content a user sees in their feed first by the likelihood that they'll actually want to see it. So if you use certain hashtags, your post is going to pop up first. And if you have common interests with someone, or if they have common interests with you, they're going to see that. Maybe they'll click on the link and maybe they'll come follow you. But that's not a guarantee. You can have a post be seen by 10,000 people and maybe only 100 will follow. But you know what? That's fine. Growth is growth nonetheless. Even if you have 5 people come in and then the next day you have 10 and then it drops down to 4, it doesn't mean that they're not interested. It's gonna take time. I have days where I'll peak at 30, 40 viewers and then the next day I peak at 11 or 12. It's gonna happen. But yeah guys, I hope this helped. I hope this encouraged a lot of people who are starting to stream or have been streaming for a couple weeks to a couple months. Know what it's gonna be like, have an idea of what to do, what not to do, have an idea of some ground fundamentals that you need to focus on. I will admit, I'm not the best at social media. I'm trying. Sometimes I'm not the best at networking, and that's fine. As long as you are willing to put in the time and learn how to properly network or properly learn social media, it's fine. As long as you're willing to learn it. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I seriously do hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. I'm going to be posting my Linktree link in the description down below so you guys can follow me on social media as well. I'm pretty active on there, especially on Instagram, where I post clips and stories. If you like that, come follow it. If not, that's perfectly okay. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm your host, the jeweler himself, VVS Blackout, going dark. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!